Lisa is here, and today I'm here to take you through a short series using the foam roller here. The foam roller is a fab little Pilates prop. We use it to increase fluidity to some of the movements. In some cases provide support so that we can focus on the target muscles of the exercise. Sometimes we use it to introduce an unstable moving element to the exercise, which can make it more challenging and a great way to progress your Pilates practice. And I also love to use it if I don't have a reformer machine. There's a lot that you can mimic using this moving roller. So today I'm going to show you just a few of the exercises that we can practice in mat Pilates using the foam roller. Let's begin lying on our back, and this is mimicking the foot series, which is a lovely warm-up into a Pilates practice session. So if you pop the roller at the end of your mat, then come down to lie onto your back. Okay, now you're going to pop your feet onto the roller. Your hips and knees are a little bit more bent than normal perhaps to start with, and you may need to just adjust your foot position on the roller a little bit to get the maximum roll out of the exercise. That will all make sense in a moment. Just come to rest in this position here, lying on your back. Gentle nod of your chin so that we feel length through the back of the neck. Imagine your collarbones widening here to open the front of the chest, letting the rib cage soften down into the mat underneath you. Arms down along beside your body. From here, we're just going to start with a gentle rolling out, extending the legs, reaching, lengthening the legs long, and then light through the feet to roll your roller back towards you. Now, looks simple enough, but as you can know, the challenge here on keeping a neutral spine of the lower back is a real challenge, preventing any arching here, particularly at the end as we lengthen out the legs. And then light through the legs involves quite a lot of abdominal control here, so you'll feel definitely abdominals working hard to keep your lower back nice and still in its little neutral position, so we don't have a flat back, but we're certainly not arching our back away from the mat. And again, if you need to jiggle your feet position a little bit on the roller just to find what's right for you, go ahead. And once you become familiar with the movement, just find that flow. And we can exhale, extend, lengthen through the legs. And then we inhale, draw deep through the abdominals to control that neutral as we draw the roller back in. And again, exhale, maintaining neutral, lengthen the legs long, reaching as far as you can for length. Light through the feet, deep through the abs to roll back in. Okay, let's just do one slightly different foot variation of this, which is onto the heels. And I want you to really actively draw the feet back towards you. And this is to increase the activity through the muscles at the front of the shin here, called our dorsiflexors. So I do want you to feel a bit more heat in the front of the lower shin there. I'll explain why in a moment. First of all, let's get you rolling. So again, neutral spine. We can breathe in to prepare and breathe out as we slowly control, feel, roll the roller away. Change your foot position a little if you need to. Then lighten through the feet a little bit. Keep drawing the feet back towards you, onto your heels as you bring the roller back in. And again, we exhale away. Keep pressing the feet back towards you as you lengthen out. Reach through the heel. Extend the legs, keeping neutral. Then lighten your load a little bit through the legs. You'll feel the abs here as you roll back in. Good. And again, think of a dot underneath your heel. Reaching, pointing for the wall away from you to really draw the foot back towards you, and then rolling the roller in. Now this is just to bring a little bit of focus to the muscles at the front of your lower shin, which are just super important for helping us with our balance. Something we don't often think about is all of the muscles around the ankle, not just the calves, which are obviously really important, but also the dorsiflexors that pick your foot up for you every step and every time you move forwards. So let's just do one more movement there. Through the heels, back on my heel, feet flexing towards me, lengthen out through the legs, and controlling back in. Right, let's come onto a single leg now. Just find a comfy position with the sole of your foot on the roller. Keeping a really level pelvis from right to left. Just lift one leg into the tabletop position. This leg's going to stay nice and still now. Take a breath in to prepare. And exhale, keeping that neutral spine. Reach the leg long, long, extend it, reach it. And then control back in again, digging deep through your abdominals, through the pelvic floor. They're working as a unit. Hopefully you can feel them working without any need for a conscious activation. But if you're not feeling that so much today, just think of drawing the lower tummy in towards the front of your spine softly. And engaging, drawing up, lifting up through the pelvic floor. And maintaining that constant sort of buzz or hum of low level activity throughout the movement, which will benefit us by building those muscles up and strengthening them for us in everyday function, as well as protecting our lower back, keeping our back stable. Okay, last one. Going to add a slight variation here, or you can continue here happily. You're going to reach the moving leg long, and then as you draw that moving leg in, we're going to bicycle the opposite leg forwards. And then we switch. So those of you who are familiar with your reformer Pilates, I'm sure have practiced this many, many times, but feels quite different on the mat. Different focus, a lot more attention to the need for deep abdominal control. Keep going there for me. Bring your attention back to your upper body. Okay, do you feel length through the back of your neck? Avoid any chin poking by gently nodding your chin to your chest. Keep the shoulders relaxed on the mat underneath you, feeling wide across the collarbones. Wonderful. Let's do one more. We're going to reach the leg forwards and long on a diagonal. Really reach, reach, reach. Then fold the leg back in. And let's just control the roller back in. Place both feet onto the roller. Okay, let's add a little bit more abdominal connection now by increasing with an abdo prep. So arms down long beside the body. Feet just in a comfy position for you. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, nod your chin to your chest. Start to scoop the upper body forwards as you extend your legs and reach. Extend, reach through the arms here also. And then we're going to inhale and lower back down to the mat. And exhale, nod the chin, scoop the upper body, reach through the arms, reach through the legs. You can check here that you're keeping that lower tummy nice and flat to avoid any abdominal doming. And again, exhale forwards and think of deepening the lower tummy in towards the front of your spine, drawing up through the pelvic floor. And once more. Okay, again, keep practicing at this level, or I'll give you a step up option. This time, we're going to incorporate a leg lift, like we've practiced, and then lower back to the mat. Exhale, nod chin, scoop body, reach the leg and arms, and lower down. And exhale, reach. And I'm sure as you become more familiar with each exercise, you can start to feel the beautiful flow the roller creates for you. That beautiful fluidity that Joseph Pilates was always aiming to inject into his movements. On the next one, we're going to reach and hold, or keep practicing at whichever level is right for you today. Circle the arms to the back of the head, and we'll do some abdo cracks. Inhale, lower the upper body. Exhale, nod the chin, and scooping forwards. That's it. Now keep it going there. Check in with the body. Does the back of the neck feel nice and long? Think of a gentle chin nod. Lead this movement with the breastbone, the rib cage, rather than the head and neck. So that as you scoot forward, think of the rib cage sliding down towards the front of the pelvis. And keep going until your heart's content, or we can make this our last one so we can switch over. Okay, we're going to finish by coming up. Let's circle the arms back around, reach through the arms, see if you can come up an inch or so higher, and then we're going to lower back down. Switch over to the opposite leg. Exhale to scoop up. Check your positioning, nice and level across the pelvis. Circle the arms around, folded at the back of the head, elbows in the periphery. Inhale to lower. And using your exhale here, back of the neck is long, slide the rib cage forwards. And use your breath. Exhale to come forwards. Inhale to lower. And again. Keeping the back of the neck nice and long, head heavy in your hands. Exhale. Last one here. We're going to circle the arms around, reaching for the roller, and lower back down. Okay, good work. From here, let's challenge our pelvic stability a little bit more with shoulder bridge, which is also great for the glutes and hamstrings. Just start by rolling your roller in a little closer to your sit bones, and we'll keep our arms down on the mat for our support today. Feet hip distance apart. We're going to articulate up through the spine, peeling away bone by bone. A breath in to prepare. Exhale, think of rolling your lower back into the mat. Scoop up your tailbone, then your pelvis, then your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back, or just as high as feels right for you. Breathe in at the top of your movement, wherever that is for you. And then exhale, we reverse the lower down. So upper back, middle back, lower back, pelvis, and tailbone. And again, using the breath, we exhale as we articulate up, drawing the sit bones together here to bring in the glutes to support the pelvis. Inhale at the top of what feels right for your movement today. And then exhale as we roll back down, visualize upper back, middle back, lower back, pelvis, and tailbone. And again, find that rolling quality to your movement. Some people think of the spine here as a wheel, and you're rolling your spine up and down off the mat like a wheel. And let's just do one more movement here and just enjoy the moment. Aim to feel each bone in your back peeling away one at a time, or paying attention to where that doesn't happen for you. Building that awareness of how your body works is just so beneficial for us all. Bone by bone, all the way back to your neutral position, okay? Relax the shoulders. Good work, everybody. We're going to change positions now and come onto our hands and feet. Okay, so I'm going to bring myself up into my hands and knees here with my hands on the roller. Okay, so this is obviously creating a little bit of an unstable support here, which is going to challenge our stability through the shoulder blades and upper body a little bit more. So take a moment to lengthen out your spine, feeling like it's forming a straight line from your tailbone right through to the crown of the head. Draw in through your pelvic floor and lower tummy to support your lower back. Let's just start with some gentle arm lifts. We're going to hover the right hand and then reach it forwards and return down. And as we switch from side to side here, we want to keep the rest of the body feeling completely still. So the trunk is square to the mat. Okay, avoid shifting away from side to side for this one. Good work. Think of that gentle chin nod so that we're keeping the head lifted, the back of the neck feeling long and in alignment with the rest of our spine. Let's do one more on either hand, or either arm. And in Pilates, with these sorts of movements, it's always about the reach of the movement rather than how high we go, to keep the beautiful shape and form of the body. From here, let's have a little stretch out of our lower back. We're going to bring our hips towards our heels, roll the roller forwards, and then we're just going to slowly come back up. And do what it feels right for you. We're not holding shape of the back. We're just allowing the hips really and the shoulders to move throughout this one. So if your back wants to round a little bit, that's fine. If it wants to arch a little bit as well, that is absolutely fine. But we're also really looking at getting that beautiful shoulder and hip mobility with this exercise. Let's do once more. Good job. And now coming to our hands and knees again. Take a moment to adjust your positioning there, finding that nice straight line of the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And this time we're going to challenge the stability of our body here with some leg movements. So we're going to breathe in to prepare and breathe out as you slide away your left leg and perhaps reach or hover, and then we're going to bring that leg back under us. We're going to switch sides, exhaling as we slide, reach perhaps, lift, and return. Now with this movement, there is a natural small side-to-side shift of the body weight, but we want to minimize it, and particularly avoid any rotating through the body. So we want to keep our hips facing down towards the mat, our shoulders facing down towards the mat, and just isolating the movement here to our hips. Refocus on that lower abdominal pelvic floor connection, which is so key in avoiding any arching of your lower back here. We're going to do one more on either side. So it's important to work at your own pace as well throughout class. It may mean fewer repetitions, sometimes it might mean slightly greater repetitions. Do work at your own pace. And from here, let's have a rest by bringing our bottom onto our heels again, taking a shell stretch. Big deep breath in here. Full breath out. And now let's just roll ourselves up. Rolling, bringing the roller with you. Okay, so from here, we're going to come and focus on some shoulder mobility again, incorporating a little bit of spinal mobility as well. Right, let's begin this one here for shoulder mobility. I'm sitting cross-legged. Make yourself comfortable, perhaps by sitting on a folded towel or a little block at home if that's better for you. And you can also do this seated in a chair at home as well, whatever suits you for today. So grab your roller once you're comfortable, and actually we're going to have the roller just sort of at about the level of our breastbone. And what we're doing here already is stretching out through the front of the chest, through the front of the shoulders. So already hopefully feeling quite nice to open up the front of the chest. From here, let's take a breath in. We're going to exhale, keeping the shoulder blades sliding down towards the waist. Reach the arms forwards. On the inhale, keep the arms straight. We lift the roller upwards. Keep it in your peripheral vision though. From there, we're just going to bring the roller back down to our chest. And again, we exhale. Shoulders away from the ears. Keep the shoulders sliding downwards as we stretch upwards here. From there, we come back to our chest, shoulder stretch, bringing the roller in front of the breastbone. And again, exhale forwards. Inhale. Now watch here that you don't accidentally arch the back or the rib cage forwards. Think of keeping the lower rib cage tucking inwards towards the front of your spine. And then bring the roller back down, stretching through the pecs, through the shoulders. And once more like this. Forwards, shoulder blades are relaxed. Rib cage soft as we stretch and open upwards. And then stretching back through the chest. We're going to add on a little rotation here, or you can keep practicing as you are. We're going to exhale forwards. Inhale, float up to where is good for you. Here's the change. On your exhale, rotating upwards, lifting from the waist, we're going to inhale back to the center. Take it to the opposite side. Think of spiraling upwards from the waist, growing taller and taller, coming back into the center. And now bringing the roller back to your chest stretch. Let's do that again. We're going to exhale forwards. Slide the shoulders down, keep the ribs soft as you lift. Rotate same side. Think of axial elongation. So that's a phrase that we use to think of really elongating and growing taller from each bone in our spine. Starting at the tailbone, the base of our spine, getting gradually taller and taller and elongating bone by bone until finally we feel the crown of the head reaching upwards and touching, hovering just below the ceiling. And again, growing taller from the waist, that elongation from the tailbone, upwards, upwards, upwards through the crown of the head, coming back into the center. And again, lengthen tall, energy out through the crown of the head, coming to center, and bring the roller back down. Well done. Okay, let's pop the roller beside you on the mat for one more mobilization before we finish. This is for, again, spinal rotation. It's so important for everyone that we maintain this beautiful rotary movement of our spine, okay? It can become so stiff, whether that be desk work, driving, a lack of activity. So let's do something else for that now with the foam roller. You can stay sitting cross-legged. I'm going to switch it up and just change the positioning of my hips. A little bit of mobilization here at the opposite hip. Again, make yourself comfy. If you switch up your positions, maybe a folded towel underneath the pelvis here or a little block to sit on. So from here, sitting as evenly as possible on your sit bones. Again, checking with the rib cage. You want to avoid this forward rib cage flaring. Softening at the ribs. Reach the arms to the side. From here, we're going to take a breath in as we simply turn towards the roller. The backhand drops to the end of the roller, and you give yourself a gentle further stretch into your rotation. We take an inhale, we rotate the opposite way, the hand switches to the front of the roller, and we're lengthening up from the crown of the head to the opposite direction. Again, take your time, explore the movement. Exhale, we're rotating, gentle overpressure with the backhand onto the roller, and then we're going to reverse the direction of the rotation. Lifting, thinking of the chest, the heart, lifting upwards also. And again. Now I've got a bit of a sticky exercise mat which suits this exercise perfectly. If you don't, you might need to grab a little sticky mat if you have one at home and just pop it underneath your foam roller to avoid it sliding away on you. We can progress this a little bit by adding a rounding to the spine. That feels right for you. And then a little bit more of a chest and a heart lift, going again into that area of the movement that feels good for you. It's going to be different for everybody. If there are any parts of the movement that feel a bit extra stiff today, just slow it right down. Maybe even hold onto that stiff area and breathe into it to see if we can just open it up. And last one, enjoy it. Open, lift the heart, reach, and come back to the center. And of course, let's repeat on the opposite side. Okay, take a moment to set yourself up as even as possible from right to left. Rib cage is soft, shoulders relaxed. Here we go, breath in to prepare. And exhale, you're going to turn, rotate towards your roller. And then we're going to reverse that. Take your hand to the front of the roller. And lift the chest, lift the heart, reach through the arm. And again. Exhaling. And breathing in. And again, if you want to explore the corners of that movement a little bit more, we can add a little bit of rounding to your spine. And from here, a little bit of extension, arching, opening of the spine. And again, so we're just adding some combined movements. Our spines are amazing. They're designed to move in so many directions. and it's really important that we exercise into all those directions. Our bodies, our joints, need movement. That's how they get their nourishment. So by adding some combined movements into our Pilates regime, it really helps to ensure that we're nourishing the spine or the hips or the shoulders, whichever joint we're focusing on, in the way that it really needs to thrive. So that's it for now. That's just a short little session. We focused a lot on mobility, but of course using our Pilates core, deep abdominals and pelvic floor to support our bodies to really get the most enjoyment and benefits from our exercises. So thanks for joining me, everyone.